Test? How about now? How's it working? Testity test. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Now I'm going to type over here. Can you hear me now? Oh, it's because Firefox is crap. Well, I mean, that's subjective. So I piped all those. I just didn't get them piped into anything useful. So let's see. First of all, we're going to land. We're going to crouch. We're going to bring out the cable tool because we should be able to just bring this over and up and over and there. And that should get all those because those are all piped nice. Those are piped, those are piped, those are piped. These ones are all piped, cabled, whatever. Okay. Well, I think initially it was my fault. Sometimes when I turn my headset on, it doesn't initially get recognized, and I have to like mute it and unmute it, and then it's fine. Alright. We got all those, and all those. I want to go out. I don't think there's any more giant holes in this area anyways. Oh, there's a gap here, but that's because the ones in the back and these ones are not turned on. So, we're going to hit those, get those cabled, piped, plumbed, whatever we want to call it. Wonder how Mazra's doing. I've not seen him since he came out here. This is a bit of a wreck here, but I should be able to just take all these batteries off. So we got a piece of cable in there somewhere. It does. There we go. Now I should be able to. Oh, that's a big gap. I certainly don't want that sort of jump. I'm going to take you up a little further than this way. Kind of like that. Okay, we're gonna. I talked to my internet provider today, and I got an updated internet plan. My internet company, my previous internet company, had been bought out by another company. And I had what they called a legacy plan, even though I didn't have any problems with it. After yesterday's shenanigans, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday's shenanigans with the internet dropping, I decided I should probably update that. So I did. I'm back to normal 1 gig service. That's kind of sketchy hanging there, but so, and they say it's, I don't know why the service would have changed, but they say this should be better. If it's all the same equipment, I don't know why my service should have changed at all, but whatever. I dealt with them, and they promised me that I should have less issues. That's pretty sketchy there. Let's see how that, are these all on? On. I'm gonna take one more look from the front. Everybody seems to be there. There's Bit of a gap here, but it's not going to be perfect. I think that's pretty good. Those are all on. Well, I mean, I technically have good internet. I have 1,000 megabits a second. So which is, I suppose, technically a gigabit. Though I don't think that's quite right. Isn't it 1024? Alright, we should turn those off. Those are all there. I'm pretty happy with their placements. I'm not so happy with how they're mounted, but their durability is probably pretty terrible. But this is probably because this guy is not really connected to anything. So that entire loop of beams is not connected well. So let's see if we can find a way to connect it. Get some support there. And maybe get a little something. So these are a bit better bolted on. Though I could just weld them. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Let's see if we can get something connected here, though. Probably gonna have to take this out. Is that plate in the way too? I think that plate's gonna be in the way, which I think is gonna cause problems, but let's deal with one problem at a time. Alright, let's cut these while I'm standing here looking. Let's see, that helped a lot. That's a lot more green. Also, we can put some bolts through the back of this to see, let's see, where are these? There's that one, so we should be able to 3, and then this one, 1, 2, 3. Yep, this next one, 1, 2, 3. I guess I could have put that one over here, a little further apart. 1, 2, 3. Come on, work, got it. 1, 2, 3. There's only one bolt in that. I don't particularly like that. What about a little teeny itsy bitsy little, like that maybe? This one's got a couple. We were able to. Nope, that one just also has the one, and it's far away. So bigger weld block. Nobody's gonna notice it. It's gonna be hiding in here. I don't want it to stick up. Maybe I gotta do it from kind of like, yeah, down in here. Let's see what that looks like. That seems like it's way too far back in there. It is. Way too far. Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere near where that needs to be. Let's try that. That looked like it did it. This one I can get regular bolts in. Yeah, that one we can get normal bolts through. This one there was nothing to really bolt to. That one's bolted, that one's bolted. This one is exceptionally sketchy. Let's try this. Maybe? No. What did you? I think we're gonna need an actual beam for this one. Have to put a little something in there. Oh, doesn't see that it's touching anything. Hmm. Come on, there's got to be a sweet spot in there. There we go. That should let me get a couple in there. This is super sketchy, but I bet I could just, yeah, we'll just get a few in there. So it doesn't like that one. It's really kind of hanging out there. Oh, those don't go into anything is why. So let's see. You and you aren't doing anything. You guys aren't actually touching anything. What about a beam? Can we put a beam on here? Oh, crap. Alright, we were close there. Let's try this again. Went out here as far as we can go. Are we still touching the beam? There we go. You'll weld? You will not weld. Let's see. Come on. There's got to be something. Visibility's not great here, so... There, it'll weld. Is it good enough, though, or do I gotta put a weld block? It doesn't really like that, so... Let's put a little weld block here. Now let's see if it's okay. Nope. So that one didn't do anything. It must have connected it to the one it already thinks it's connected to. So let's try the other side. Is that green? Yes. All those plates are still yellow and these two are still not right, but now I should be able to put a bolt like into the end of this. Make that green. Excellent. Is this just too far away? Yeah, it's just too far away. So we kind of do the same thing as we did there, maybe? That's too long. Let's try that. Weld it in place. So this is red. Well, that one's red because it's not connected to anything. That one it doesn't like. So if we do... Oh, it's really hard to see with this on. Alright. If we weld those two places, is that enough? No. It's up here that has to be welded. Let's put a big weld block up here. That should do it. Yes. We're happy with that. All of the rangefinders are happy. Now we just need to put some bolts in some plates. Alright, let's see. We're gonna turn this. Oh, I always push the wrong button there. Yes. So if we got 1, 2, that's a fairly long plate. Grab the next one, that's a beam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that enough? That one's grabbed. That one's grabbed. This one here. Down in there. 2 across the middle. And next. This one's a little shorter. Next. I think there's like a wee little one in there too. Yes, this was all based off the Fledger. Yeah, you can actually still read it in there. In there it still says Fledger. I thought I would leave those just for posterity's sake, but if you peek in here at the right angle, oh, come out where you at. Yep, still says it in here. That's where we started. I liked the capability of that chip. I wanted to expand it a bit. So that's what we did. Oh, I need the bolt tool. We are trying to hide some bolts. I want to do most of the outs. I keep hitting that instead of the E. Alright. Trying to do most of this with a boltless look from the outside. Alright, how much is in me red? Oh, everything I did. Oh, I miss. Oh, those pieces here. These I will have to figure out how to bolt from the inside, but for now we will get bolts in them so they are green. And we'll come back and figure out how to. That means we should be, well, not quite strong enough yet. These guys. I don't know why that one. So it doesn't like that because of all of this. I gotcha. There's not, these are all just kind of hanging off, so there's no real connection there. I gotcha. So we'll have to figure out a way to. I took that plate out, it was in the way, so I'll have to find some other plate. Though that side's happy. Oh, I had welded. these down, that's right. I'd put a weld block kind of in this corner. Yes, this is the same as the mapper frame, but it's versatile. Why are you black? I might end up changing these, so let's see, because I don't like this look anymore. Let's unweld this. Let's take this weld block off. Put you over there. Now we need to, there's a little weld block here. If we're going to do that, we can taper this look, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's one of his free ones too. I don't think there's an X version of it. There might be, I suppose. You might be able to get an X version of it. I had never even thought about an X version. I'm not sure what that would entail, being that it's not a finished, you know, it's not one of his finished designs. But there's a lot of his designs that are great. What did I do here? We took off this one and these two. Oh, there's a weld block there. Is that how it looks? Yep. See here, I did something different. Does that match? It does. Alright, I think we're gonna leave it like that for now. Turn off the green. Alright, everything else looks good though. I think the only red thing is the unsupported beam here on the end. Yep. Now we need to go up front and take a look at these. Doesn't like this one. Not a surprise. But I should be able to just do that. Really? What don't you like? Oh, is it not close enough? So they're not going through. Dang it. Alright, so let's put one so it holds together. G, crouch, crouch, sneak in here. If I remember right, it can't go quite. No, it's got to go down a little further than that, but something like that. Reconnect it and see if it goes out the front. Let's. Did it turn on? I think I must have them all turned off. That's alright. Turn you on. Are you making it out there? Yep. And you're green. So that means these will hold. Excellent. Alright. Now these ones. There's not much holding these together. So, we need a beam. And we will make a beam circle. That's what the game wants anyways, it's a beam circle, so... What? Alright, U tool goes away. This beam comes out. Fine, put it down. Pick it back up. There. Jeez. You really don't want to go... Oh, I can't go over much further. Unless we come up. I don't know, somewhere in there. Are we touching on this end? No. I don't think that's gonna work. Alright. So, change the plan. Give us something to work off of here. There. Well, now we use snap. There we go. Snap there. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Something like this. And 36 maybe? Yeah, that's where you go. Okay, okay. Now we don't need to come over quite this far. Oh, I know the problem. This guy is the problem. Alright, let's weld all of these in place. Why? I'm like, why is that red? Ta-da! Strength factor still sucks. Is it these plates on the front that are bad? Yep. in there. Well, that's no good. Wrong size, needs to be this one. Ah, crap. Let's try this again. I want to put you down first. Now pick you up. Now look at that. I'm trying to put it behind there. I don't even know if that's... where'd it go? Oh, it's in place. Anybody can get a laser on that? Maybe? Oh, stop jumping. Maybe? Did it work? That's green now. Those say there's not enough bolts, which is not good. Oh, they need to connect to a beam. Do they really, though? Do they really need to connect to a beam? Only thrusters need beams to... Yeah, they're just showing as yellow there. I don't know why this is. Oh, it's because it's not connected to anything across the front here. That's a durability thing. It's just always going to be the weakest part. Okay, so those are green, those are green. Now this one's green. Excellent. Yeah, so each of these shows that it's yellow because it's not connected to a beam. They're just bolted to crates. I mean, I could put a beam across them and bolt them into a beam, put a beam across both ways. We'll leave it for now, but at least 2 bolts and a beam. So yeah, a lot of these ones that aren't bolted into beams, it does not like. Which means I might have to revisit them. Alright, what do we got here? What are your problems? Oh, you're just kind of just chilling out there. That might be a weld block fix there. Yeah. Just kind of revisiting everything as we go. What's this one say? At least 2 bolts needed. in a beam. So apparently this one and this one did not go in a beam. Oh, I can't see. Certainly one of these will go in a beam. That's better. Inside, what's the problem there? You... Oh, you want to be welded to something. Does not see you as welded? Maybe I just need the weldy tool? Okay, it's happy with you now. That was an easy one. What else we got? That one, I'm not worried about that one yet. These ones, I know about those ones, and I think I have a fix. These ones, I think I can just... I might have to repipe that a little bit, but I think if I just put a beam across, let's put it down, turn off the durability tool because that messes with my vision. Yeah, these are going to be in the way, so we have to redo this a little bit. We'll put them on this edge. This might be even more, a little cleaner looking in general. We'll go back to this break, do the same thing, to the corner, and then straight into that duct. Now, let's see if we can snap this beam. Yep, that'll snap there. Come on, go to one side or the other. Something like that, maybe. Okay, so that welded in a few places, but there's nothing to put there. So it's gonna have to be, definitely have to be a different length, because I don't think a 24-inch one's gonna fit there. Or centimeters. Nope. Inventory. Throw this stuff away. Alright. Put that away. We're gonna have to unweld this and do some collection of 72 here. That looks like it's okay. Hi, Django. I don't think that's high enough. I don't think it's not showing a weld point at the top, so let's try that and see if that gets both weld points. Still doesn't show it. It would be yellow. Yeah, it's not showing that at the top, so our friend the weld block. Alright, weld back where you were. Oh, I can't see with that on. Let's try this again. Yeah, you can't even tell it's there. Alright, now let's put another 72 on this side. Straight across. How are you today, Django? Did you lose any more ships? Those aren't quite lined up. That's not going to work. You said you were going to, what was it? Oh, you were going to redo your capital ship today. See if you can rework it so the hangar is a little less finicky. Wasn't that the plan for today? You did the hangar. It wasn't square. You think that was the problem, was that it wasn't square? Does it have to be a perfect square? That seems like a really strange requirement. So it wasn't quite a cube, and you think that was the problem? Is it wasn't perfectly cubical? You've been told that it has to be a cube. Interesting. Not a fact that I was aware of. Right, your capital ship turns. You've said that a couple of times. I'm not sure exactly what... I understand that the capital ship turns. That part I do understand. I don't understand why that matters to the ships that are stored in the hangar bay. I mean, they're not even rendered in there. They're just kind of in there. Alright. Well, that's starting to look better. And it's better. Only Zone 5 is an issue now, working well otherwise. What do you mean Zone 5 isn't... What does the zone have to do with anything? There are so many confusing little tidbits with this. This is just temporary. Because I have to still have a lot of work on this side to do, but that might make that green, yeah. Okay. What do we got under here? These YOLOs. So those have a peg down through them, which means you can't actually use them. The spawn ships every time like they're on origin. Same direction explosive. So if your ship spawns normal in origin, it can happen if it wants to spawn upside down or in front in the rotation of the cap. I got you. So it always spawns in the same XYZ orientation. And if your hangar hall is not a cubicle, then at some point it can spawn in a direction in which one of the dimensions is too small. And if it does that, it causes problems. But if your ship, it can't spawn in this case. Right. But wasn't Django's problem the fact that the ship would just be gone when he would try to spawn it? This would likely fall off if part. Right. It always says that, but where does one put a second bolt to hold that in place that doesn't interfere with the... It grabs the interior part See ya. Build a cube and have nothing inside. You mean don't keep anything in your ship hangar? I'm kind of missing the point if you have a hangar that you can't have anything in. So this one already has bolts in it. Let's go back up in the ship where I can get in front of these things. Don't build your cap inside your hangar. Oh, okay. Don't have any parts. I got it. Don't have any parts inside the hangar. It's not that you don't store anything in the hangar. It's you don't have any ship parts within the hangar itself. I get what you're getting at. I smell what you're cooking. Alright, so if I unbolt, say that one had more than one. I get it now. I'm gonna have to build one of these, but that is just going to give me so, like, why is this one yellow? So if they have chips in them, is that the problem? Is the chips are likely to fall out? Well, that one has a chip in it and it's not likely to fall out, and that one doesn't have any. I am so confused as to why these yeah, I don't I don't understand. It's one of those things like, did that work? So that made it go away. There we go. Let's try that on each one and see if that helps. That doesn't seem to interfere with the chips at all. And did I not put 2 bolts in those? I did not. Thought I did. Those are all green now. Hey, look at that. Yeah, but that only works if you know once you're done messing with your YOLOs. Like if you plan on playing with the YOLO at all, then the constant bolting unbolting is a pain in the. But I get it. You just put one down through this way, that way, and now they won't come out. You can't even take them out. But I got them to go green even without that. It's just so you know, flash. I keep wanting to say flasham. Is put. Let's see. Turn my light on. Crouch. Lay down. And we'll get in close. So there's this. That one only has 2. This. Go away. I got 2 right, one on top of the other, and it doesn't interfere with the slots. So you're saying, like, take this out and this out. Oh, I see. You can put them right. That's also a good way. I just put one on top of the other, but your way looks nicer. Not that anyone is going to look at it. I've had the same problem too, where I mess around and try to get them, those yellows to go away, and I just can't. But this seems to work. I've always tried to stack these and bolt them and auto bolt them together, and that never works because auto bolt. Yep, I stack mine because auto bolt. Can you make me a commercial damage that is an advertisement for the auto bolt 2.0? Just something funny. We'll play it as a commercial every time somebody says auto bolt. Like the old, oh, there used to be an old TV show. What was it called? You Can't Do That on Television? Is that what it was called? It was like an old Nickelodeon. No. Yeah, it was just. I think it was called You Can't Do That on Television, and every time they said something like, I don't know. I don't know. Anytime you said I don't know, it would drop slime on the person from the ceiling. Or there was. Yeah, every time somebody said I don't know, they got slimed. And the other one was the old Pee Wee Herman TV show. They would have a word of the day, and anytime you said the word of the day, they go, ah! I think we could do that with auto bolt. You can do this while you jump back to Origin. In 2 hours, 8,000 stacks the good stuff. And you like what chip? Your new miner? Alright. So that guy's yellow because he shouldn't be there. Well, that's good. These are always going to be yellow because there's hinges involved. And I can't do anything about the hinges. These beams are not welded. So those always show up yellow. Two undamaged parts of beam. Yeah, I don't think a weld block's gonna fix this either, but I'm gonna try it just to see if it even cares. Because I tried welding another block on top of this, but I don't think that makes a difference in this particular case. No, it's because they're not welded, they're not connected to the frame of the ship at all. Maybe if there was 2 hinges, I don't know. But I think those are always going to be yellow as long as there's a ramp. The ship still shows below 1. Probably because of this red beam over here. Weld blocks on both sides of the beams or no beams at all. So I think this one is what's causing all the problems because it's not connected to anything. I don't think, even temporarily, I don't think I can make this work. Let's put you down, then you pick you back up there. That's just not touching enough stuff to really make a damn difference. That's not gonna work. I'm just gonna have to finish that, that's all. So let's continue this down. Yeah, I thought about taking the beams out completely. Now that I have weld blocks, I can probably find a way to connect those plates directly to the hinges. What if we just... Just put one of these back in here. Does that get us flat again? It should. It does. Alright, so let's put one of those in there. And we're gonna run it like this. Nope. Put it back. I think we're gonna shorten this up, try to match it right there. So let's start with we'll go half. We'll go halfway. Let's see. Okay. Apparently I welded those together. Let's see. Alright, up and down. Does that look right? No. We seem to be off a bit, but how far? Not by much. I don't know if I'm gonna actually make it perfectly flat. I just don't know if that's in the cards. No, because that's only off 6 centimeters. The conundrum of 6 centimeters. Each beams. I am missing a bunch of these. Pick that one up. There we go. So I need that and try a 36 in there. That gave us close enough to do something. It's pretty close. Is it weld block close? Oh, I hit something. Yep, I did it again. My genius. Not welding stuff in place. Excellent. Now it should be solid. Now I should be able to put a weld block on the other side of it. Three weld block, big weld block. Didn't have any problem on the other side. It does not like it here. Is it too close? That's probably it. It's too close to this weld block. Let's try to get that one centered then. That looks pretty solid. Yep. We should be able to do something with that. Now the ship shows flyable 1.19. Almost 1.2, which is still pretty terrible. It doesn't see those as welded. Let's see if that works. Okay. Note to self, that works. Can even kind of hide him in between there. All right. What doesn't it like here? Oh, it hates those little things. These little single ductworks. Yeah, it doesn't like any of those ductwork things. I will probably just remove all of those and put longer strips in there, because that's terrible. Look how many are there. Alright, let's take those out. Everything's tied into those ones, so we're kind of stuck on those ones. We'll see what's not connected here in a minute. Heard a bunch of snapping that wasn't promising. And we'll end up having to redo this. That's all there is to it. We'll have to figure out how to reconnect these. Alright. I think what I had done was, doesn't matter. Let's get the ducting I am going to use in here. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. Devices. I don't understand these. Like, they just don't work from your inventory at all. Some stuff works, these do not. Oh, I'm not doing that. Could be a game changer because you could start ramming something even faster. I mean, the ability to ram stuff is a pretty awesome ability. Not gonna argue that. There we go. I will have to make a way to power all of this stuff, but that's for another day. Okay, now we have to figure out how to connect all of this stuff. And that problem has to do with plating, doesn't it? Because I can't put plates if I've got cables up through it. Well, it just won't let me. Which means I have to do something differently. So you lost 27 bolts and no parts. I wish that was stuff you could test on the PT, not the PTU, but the test server in when you're building. It just doesn't let you ram into things, does it? Like all the asteroids are not solid. If I put you there, come on, let me move. There we go. If I put you there and there, that gives me something to work with. Now I need a 36 there maybe. That's this little guy. Please tell me that fits there. Should. Yep. You can test it with crates. Oh, you have to put a crate out in space and ram into it? Will you collide with other ships, like if you spawn 2 ships? I need a 48 as well. I think that's a 48 anyways. There, and rotate, and snap. Alright. Now I at least have something I can pipe into. So if we go from this end to there and across, that should give me plenty of connection. From this end, land, crouch. Because they, oh, you can change, yeah, by changing the stuff that's in the crate, you mean? Okay. That plate's now red. Wasn't red before, but I must have unbolted it in that process. Somehow. Alright. Grain, grain, grain. She should fly. I mean, it's gonna be ugly, but there's glass there. Something's loose. What'd we lose? I figure I just had stuff floating around in there. Don't see it. A YOLO chip. Just talking about YOLO chips coming out. What's on this YOLO chip? I lost a YOLO chip is what it was. Let's see. I'm assuming that has to do with ISAN when we had ISAN in here. There's no YOLO that's absolutely necessary for the ship, so. We'll take damage as advice. Alright. In the middle is a spot. Oh, there. Alright. Let's see if anything else rattles around. There's a little plate. That's not a surprise. With all these little plates that I've been messing with, it's not a surprise some of that stuff's coming off. We're gonna see if... what else we got. I see something up here. Another YOLO chip. That looks like another YOLO chip. I've not had one come out at all until I was messing with those YOLO wrecks, which seems fitting. I had ISAN in here, so these are all like ISAN chips. They're absolutely worthless, but I would rather just save the chips anyways. Alright, one more try. Let's see what else comes out. Yep, my generation script is the only thing in there that's on YOLO. But the rest of them none of the rest of them matter. Alright, it's still working. I still got one on. We'll turn our one side of rangefinders on. I have to do a lot of work with the thrusters because she's slow. And she could be in turtle mode, I don't even know. She flies though. Let's see which one of these is forward. See, it's in turtle mode. Oh, now we're doing a little better. Get back in there before I ram into something. She flies alright. Haha. She definitely needs more thrusters. But I'm okay with that. Wish I could see what it looked like from the outside. Alright. Look at that. We got a ship that works. Turn those off. Okay. Now we need to start putting her back together. First of all, she needs to stop moving. Stop moving. Alright, because we have thrusters that work. Now it's really just into the finished plating and then reworking the thrusters. I probably shouldn't plate until I figure out what I'm doing with these thrusters. So I want to do something more interesting with thrusters, which means a pretty big overhaul. And I'm not sure it'll even work. So let's do something different here. We're going to go down to the hangar hall. Down to the ship creator for a minute. So I want to see if something's even possible with some thrusters. For a robot, I have terrible stamina. You would think for a robot I would have exceptional stamina. I really don't. Whoop. Let's land. There we go. Zoom in. Open the SSC. Alright, now I have to remember even how, where. Alright, so there's the perimeter. Alright, spaceship modules. We're just going to use some of this starter stuff. Triangle thruster, box thruster. Now I have to remember how to move around. And I have to remember how to move this stuff around. Oh no, don't do that. Grab that thing. Come on, grab that. Thank you. Man, I haven't been here in a long time. Oh, it's painful. Alright, now we need to rotate it. We're just going to use the rotate button because... How do I turn off snapping? Nope, I rotate with this thing because X, Y, D, Z doesn't... It's not intuitive to me which directions are X, Y, Z. One of these buttons is snapping. I don't want it to snap. Shift C. Oh, it's this up here. Auto snap. That's it. Thank you. It has been a very long time since I've been in here. Yeah, I'll just use the little rotating things. Alright. Push this. Need to move it up a little bit first. Now rotate. What are you making a video for? Now you rotate like that. This is just proof of concept stuff here. Before I mess around with it out in space, because I will create it out there. I'll figure out how to do it, but it's a little easier to move stuff in here. They asked for the Gaia or they asked for the video? For the video for the Gaia family. Alright. So there is a... Oh, the foot fell off my keyboard. That's not okay. Get back in your home. Stand by. Technical difficulties. Probably gonna have to 3D print a new one of those. Okay. There is a thruster exhaust. So click this and then the rotate. I don't want you to go a specific number of degrees. Guess that's really all there is, huh? Alright, let's try some beams here. I'm gonna put, I need a hard point. Hard point, device hard point. Rotate. You need to go there. Yeah, F that. I can't do that. I tried your way. I'm too dumb for that. Too dumb for that. So if I want something like, let's see, corner beam, special beam, 15 degrees, what does that look like for us? Oh no. There's a reason I don't play in here. I just spin around too many times to have things be in any sort of order. I'm facing different direction every time I push it, and it's just not okay. Come on. Where did that beam go? Oh, it's right there. Why you're all the way out there, I don't know. I just wanted to control, copy, and paste this guy. Oh wow, I'm struggling. Yeah, this is not my platform. I imagine after a couple hours I'd catch up, but for now, not so much. What can we put in there? Straight beam. Oh, the movement is just so different than the rest of the game. Oh, none of the keys are the same. Yeah, I struggle with this. I would have to live in here for hours to get any sort of rhythm as to what the hell I was doing. I can't even move. That is very, very frustrating. I've been playing live for so long that I just cannot even comprehend how the motion here goes. What a struggle. Thank goodness this is supposed to be a short little test. Oh man. This is why you just buy ships and you don't build your own. Because this is for people much smarter than me. Alright, that would give me access. Now we need to see how we could connect this to the other ones. Rotate. How the hell do I rotate them? There we go. Stop. You need to be rotated this way. And then you need to come here and turn snapping back on. Is it down against that? It's too much then. 72s. I wish rotating here was the same as rotating in space. I just keep trying to use the scroll wheel to rotate. And that's not how it works. You know what, let's put this one down. Okay. Oh man, such a struggle. This is embarrassing. I cannot wrap my head around how to move. I just need this one up like this. The spacebar up and down thing is also a problem. Okay. It might be better once once I got a little practice on it, but right now it is a struggle. So that would be like snapped like that. And then I think it's the only thing I miss in the designer, up and down. What do you mean up and down? You have to do that spacebar thing, which I really struggle to remember. Yeah, you have to hold the spacebar and like pull yourself up and down. Let's weld all this stuff. And then that's auto bolt. What's regular bolt? This? Why can't I bolt you? Because we're not far enough forward. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's just me moving that thruster. That's not a big deal. If I can remember what keys. Nope, that's how you put a bolt in that. This and this. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Just move back. Okay, now we bolt. Right, and what do we need here? That is a 72 on the up and down. Rotate. I'm slowly getting better, but only ever so slowly. Okay, weld. Okay. So we click this and all this stuff. We copy it and we paste it down here. And then we rotate the whole thing up. Come on, upside down. And then we move it. Yep, just like that. I guess we should put a hard point there first. Get that far enough away I can select it. Yep. Device hard point. Okay. There. Can auto bolt that thing. I don't think I ever bolted the one on the top either. It's upside down. Excellent. Now we move again. Now we try auto. Can we auto bolt that? It must not be down the whole way. There it is. Now it's bolted. Alright, oh gosh, I suck so bad at this. This is just so awkward to me. To move, select, move, up. So like that. So, this is kind of what I wanted for a thruster setup here. But can I find a way to mount this well? I also have to attach these hard points to these. Good looking but not effective? Because they're crooked, you mean? I have seen ships with engines facing in all sorts of directions. Well, yeah, but there's lots of ships with angled thrusters. Loads of ships have thrusters that don't point straight out the back. And it's not that they're not effective, it's they're not as efficient as had they just been straight, marked out the front. Sure. There. So, how tightly can you pack them? Get rid of that. Can we find a way to move them to get them fairly tightly packed? I don't know. This is just a test. Something I've thought of. I have no idea if... Oh, stop with the snapping. You know, how tightly can we pack them? What does it take to do that? You need to name them all the same. Oh, you mean each one of these so they fire at the same time? Ooh. Each set of these will have the same name? That makes sense. So each set of 3 would have the same name. Now, can we snap them on... Oh yeah, we can put a beam right across the middle of these. The second question was, is it possible for do... Right, just make, well, just groups like everything else. Hello? Select. So, let's see. I don't know how wide my ship is, but... Okay. So if I grab this and copy and paste, I apparently didn't quite get it. Spacebar. Now, the trick is, can I then... You need to bolt the hard points if you want to use them as modules. The hard points are all bolted. I think they are anyways. This bottom one's not. You're right here. But I have certainly bolted lots of hard points. The tops are bolted, just not these bottom ones. But this is just a test. This is just a test. I'm not going to create these. This is just a proof of concept. The other question is, can you do something like fit another box thruster? Auto bolt, don't bolt them on the frame sideways. No, I'm not, this is just proof of concept stuff here. I'm not worried about bolting. I have to do all that in space. We're not actually building anything here. I'm not going to create anything that's actually going to come out of the ship creator. All we're doing is trying to find and see if I can recreate this in space in a reasonable manner. So this is all just toying around. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to move you further away. We're going to see if we can sneak you in between these as close as we can. Kind of back in there. I think even further than that. No. Yeah, the bolting stuff's all kind of irrelevant for what we're trying here. Well, that beam's not going to work there. Put a beam above instead, as long as we don't interfere with that. We move them over as tight as we can get them. Does that leave the hard point exposed? Let's see if we can put a hard point on there. Device hard point. Rotate it this way. Alright, now we try to move it. Snap. So that's kind of our limit, is where that hard point is. That hard point's not where it needs to be. There we go. So we can auto bolt that, which means it can be piped. Now we take this guy and we move him over here as tight as we can get him. I put it right in line. Yep. Now that doesn't look like it interferes with the trail at all. Do you see an issue? Damage? Probably needs to go up a little bit. Doesn't look centered. Yeah, it's not centered. What are you hitting on? You won't go up because you're hitting on something. Oh, it's the internals. Yep. I was only grabbing the casing and not the... That looks like it. Do you see that as being an issue with those interfering with one another? Yes, they interfere? How do we know? What are you looking at that? The yellow line. Okay. What about the yellow line? Oh, the corner yellow line? This yellow line here? It seems to clear it if we get it just right. Does that just clear it? What about the other side? Because these aren't perfectly in line either. Let's check the bottom. I think there is space if I get them in the right spots. Let me see if I can get them in a little redder bite spot. Yes, let me put a beam across the top of this. I think that's going to be the... Where's my beam? There's my beam. So if I sit a beam here, and let's, welding doesn't really mean anything in here, but hopefully we can snap to it on both sides. And then this one we move up to snap at the same place. Let's see, I need you, green box, let's go up. Alright, now why don't you wanna snap to the same place? Let's move this one out of the way for now. Three thrusters. There it snapped, but it went over. Okay, there. Thruster box. Go in there as far as we can. And then it has to go up further than that. This has to go up tight against that. That looks like that. And if I position these right, so look, there's lots of room there and lots of room there. What do you think? Those orange lines look like they're clear all the way around. Does that look good? If I manage to pull that off? Does that meet the requirements for not burning each other? Good. Now can we repeat that a few times? I was just thinking about doing one across the middle like that. And then maybe doing something more traditional above and below it. But let's see if we can fit another box thruster above it. Rotate. Yep. Move. Okay, like that. Slide it forward as far as we can. What are we catching on? Nothing if it were centered. This might work. What if we... what am I doing there? That's me hitting buttons again. Alright, let's put a beam across the side of it. Just as a vertical reference point. This is how I would do it in space anyways. I would put something for it to snap to that I knew was right. If I want these lined up. Then we move this guy there, I suppose. It looks like they're snapped together. Doesn't want to do both of those things at the same time. So let's get you up. Click the wrong thing. Up out of the way. You, on the other hand, come down. Excellent. Now grab this one again. Why do you keep trying to move those together? Okay. That looks lined up again. Now can we move it forward as far as we can move it? Those look like they also do not interfere. We can cram them right in there. Let's grab all this stuff and make it go away. Okay. Like this even looks like I could even frame all this in space. This doesn't look too super difficult. This doesn't need to be there. That was just for... Let's see, let's grab... Oh, what is this? Why does that have... Something's not... Something's weird there. Apparently not. Okay, shit's snapping off. It's not gonna snap. Let's see if we can come down. Alright, go forward a ways. Alright, let's put a big beam here. Not gonna snap to anything. There, you snapped. Are they the same? One of these is not like the other. Okay. You and you. I want you to go in there a little further. That's not quite it. Neither of these is in quite the right space. That one looks just about right. This one wants to snap right against that. Oh, it's because this is still up too high. About like that. Yeah, that looks about it. And you need to go... Oh, not you. You need to go up a little bit. Will you fit in there now? Yep. Now if we turn snapping on, I'm hoping that they all snap, yep, to that beam. Yeah, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. That one didn't snap either. Oh, lordy. I was hoping you guys would just snap right to that. The end. That's not currently the case. We'll move you, we'll micromanage you up that high. And you down. Okay. You're all lined up across the back. Then there would be a third row on the bottom, possibly. Alright, let's see. Take this, and this, and this, and copy them, and paste them, and then rotate them upside down. Now move them, and you know, because everything works perfectly, you're gonna snap right into place. No problems. No problems. Okay. That's a pretty standard thruster trail. Now we got this gap here in the middle. Can we do something more interesting with this? We still want to go straight. What about another box thruster? Let's play around with another box thruster. Will it fit in between these two? Oh, I don't think it'll. I think that's gonna interfere with that. So we'd have to move it down just until it didn't interfere. So many thruster trails now. Go a little bit. Well, I can see that's not in the right spot. But we're just doing concept here. Let's maybe try something with triangles instead. Is there any way to fit a triangle in there? Certainly not two triangles. Maybe. What if we put them behind? I don't know. Let's see. Two triangles. What can we do with two triangles that's atypical? Or a triangle. All depends. Alright, nope. Like, now rotate it. Now rotate it. And rotate. Alright, maybe we can almost do that, but how do we make sure? That's one of those things like I want to know beforehand exactly where to put it. Alright, can I snap another one on here? Oh, click the wrong thing. Click that. That one. That one. Now can we... Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. See, those are pretty close together. Oh, maybe. Getting a little complicated, but I actually don't mind the depth. Because I was trying to put something, I didn't want it flat on the back. I really dislike when you get back to the back of the ship and it's just a wall of thrusters. So I was trying to think of stuff that would be not a wall of thrusters. Different dimension, a little bit of variability across the back. So if I do this thing, let's see. So these aren't quite right here on the bottom, but that's okay, because it's just concept art here. How far is this dimensionally? So if we call this one module, and let's move these couple where they need to go. These guys, no, that's... You just need to move over this way a little bit. Like that. You need to move over this way. Like that. So everybody's in a row. I don't think you're in quite the right spot either. Like that. What beam is this? That's a 384. That's the longest beam, right? 384. So we can kind of measure the ship. We can figure out the framing here. Then sticking the motors in, the thrusters in, shouldn't be too hard if I have a solid frame. It's like this is repeatable here. This part's repeatable. Because that's just standard angles. There's no shenanigans going on there. There really isn't any shenanigans in any of this. The trick will be on how to make sure we mount these guys centered in between those two. So if that's there, and let's say we put top and bottom, left and right. So a section of this, let's grab these three thrusters and see if we can repeat this. This one, this one, this one, control copy, control paste. Where's these gotta go? Somewhere. They line up on the outside of these thrusters. They gotta be as far forward as they can be. We gotta move them in till they just touch, and the hard points. What do the hard points look like? The hard points are touching there, so just a little further. Something like that. A little more. Something like that. Now these two will get caught. Nope. This one and this one. Alright, come on, you and you. There we go. Copy, paste. There will be another one here, here, and here. Something along these lines. I should really hold shift when I do that. Alright. Something along these lines. As long as they don't burn up the ones under them. See, those ones are definitely too high there. Still too high. Now we're too far that direction. Yep, something like that. Too high. Oh. But really what I gotta figure out is the what is the beaming to make sure these are consistent. Oh, come on. Grab both of these. Thank you. Those need moved over. They actually look like they're not lined up any longer. No, they're okay. They're okay. Alright, so that would be like one thruster module, one section of thrusters. Which, what is that? That is 3, 6, 9, 11 box thrusters, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 triangles. And then I can fit up probably either 3 or 4 across the back of the ship. But I gotta figure out beaming. So let's see, let's grab one of these beams here. Turn snapping on. You're not gonna connect to that? Oh, or at least close. Yeah, they're not quite lined up. Alright, so I just need to figure out one of these. Okay, so what really is this made out of? What is one single module? There's a center. There's this thruster with the 2 triangles. The sideways box thruster with the 2 triangles is one. So let's pare this down to just one thing. What is the... Thank you. It's apparently putting beams down, not picking stuff up. Okay, so if this is like one section, I should say, this will give us the ability to see how we have to beam all this stuff together. Let's turn the thruster trails off for now. I don't think I can put beams in the middle here. Maybe I can. Is there enough space to... Nope, see, I can't put a beam here, I don't think. I think it'll be in the way. So I've got to run the beams only on the bottom side. Ooh. Is a hard point going to be in the way? Or do I have to run the hard points on the outside? Hard point, device hard point. One there. Rotate. Okay, and you do the same thing. Turn over. And move. Excellent. Okay. Oh, not that. Alright, those are bolted. Now, if I put the thruster visualization on, or is that hard point in the way? See, it sure is. Hard points can't go on the inside. Which means hard points can't go on the inside. If I repeat this, those ones in the middle, the hard points will all be in the way. So that won't work for these. Awesome, Django. Now you just got to see if it works. So, what if we take this guy here and move him just far. Oh, let's put him back and grab this hard point at the same time. Move him just far enough that he can be there. We just have to have everything a little bit further apart, so there is room for what we want. What distance is that? Let's find some beams here. Anybody know what that magic distance is going to be? We'll start with 96. I know that's not going to be enough, but... So let's see, we're going to stick a couple of these out here. Because I struggle to make things rotate. So we put you there. Snap. Are you snapped? Yep, that's snapped. What does that distance look like? So that's more than half. So I think that's too long. If I wanted just something that I can repeat, I'd really like something that was only halfway. That's still more than halfway, but what if we make it halfway? What if we get rid of this one. Move this, and this, and this, and this. Right, let's see if we can center ourselves perfectly. Control Z, Shift C, like that. What if we do that? Okay. Let's get rid of this thruster box and this thruster box, and these guys. We'll work with one thing at a time. Okay. No way, what? Okay, so let's try put another one in there. The idea is I do this so it's something I can flip with the, with the mirroring tool. That would be the best thing ever. I do remember that sadly lacking. So if I do it like this, we weld all this stuff, we put some bolts in it. Ugh. Alright, so if we do it like that, and then I take this, just like this, and I copy it and paste it, and I put it down, and then I rotate it like this, and we try and snap it together with this one, like so, and then we copy this guy and move it over here. Let's see what that looks like. Did that snap into place? So that's what we're looking at there. Are we off center? I don't think so. I think we're pretty damn on center there. Okay. You're charging. It's working. Alright, now let's see if we can find a way to attach all this stuff together. Alright, let's see. Will a single elbow work? Corner beam? Alright, I'm starting to get the hang of it again, but... Now what about forward and back? Can we move them forward at all? I think we can. Let's see if we can... Let's put these corners on the corners. Grab the wrong one. That one. And this one. Move it up to the corner. Excellent. Now, this thing, this, and this. And this, and this, and this. Come on, all this stuff. All this stuff. Copy. First of all, we're going to make this a module. Right, we're going to save it. We're going to... Nope, that's not where I type. Oh, there's a screenshot. I swear my fixed fingers are really just fat. I end up always deleting these modules because they're so single use. So you're in the middle there. Can we not get you to snap? Okay, let's... yeah, I certainly will take screenshots to rebuild this. I'm not even sure if it's possible at this point, so we're just... Okay, that's the right height. Now we need to come over. I don't know why you don't want to snap there at all. What is this? Twin boxes. Delete, delete, delete. Okay. Your job is just to sit that on top of those two. Well, we're part way. I can't go forward now because it's going to bang and do that. For your guy up thing? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the laborer. So like, that'll work. See, that's rebuildable. Like, that's completely rebuildable. Let's take another set of twin boxes here. We're going to put them down. We're going to rotate them upside down. Oh, we got to put some 45 corners on here. Let's see, this gets rotated this way, then that way, then this way. Alright, let's weld everything. I don't think that's super necessary with what I'm doing, but alright, so they're at least in the on the right plane. Something like that. Then we have to figure out how that third one goes in the middle. How's that third one going to go in the middle? Only part one, so from labor to the first. Oh, you're doing like a how-to video, a walkthrough on how to get it? That'll be interesting to see. Okay, so let's see if we put a... Let's put another beam here. Let's put another... Let's put 192 across there. Yeah, that's perfect. Now we grab this. Oh, wrong direction. So this middle one has to be a little different. We have to move this one and this one back that way a little bit. Oh, see, that's kind of perfect. But it's not vertically where it's supposed to be. Needs to just split these two. Which, how do I ensure that? Because it's not a full beam width anywhere. Well, I guess it would just be a different beam here. So like maybe a 36? Oh, it's close if it's not. Let's see, take this box and we move it up as far as we can move it. Now we take this one and try to get it to snap in here somewhere. There we go. Now this set of box thrusters, can we pull them down? Snapping sometimes just baffles me. Okay, so there, and then it needs to move forward. We've got some forward to move. Oh, it's the edges of this. Won't let it be forward. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be forward. As long as it's symmetrical, I don't really care about that. So let's just embrace that, and we'll go forward as far as we can. Okay, so that looks like the right distance. Up and down the distance looks okay. There's just the tiniest bit off there. Like that. That looks pretty good. I know it looks strange. That's okay. See, that being off is okay as long as it's off the same all the way around. You want a fast video, not an hour explaining labor. I'm not sure if you could drag the labor out into an hour-long video. You can explain how every part of that ship works, and it wouldn't take an hour. It's only got, what, 2 box thrusters, 2 prop tanks, 1 heat cube, 1 generator, 8 crates. Okay, so now we have to figure out how to fit a double triangle thruster behind here and get it mounted. So we got 1, 2. We're going to rotate them back to back. Like that. Alright, triangle thruster. There we go. Yeah, well, I mean, the whole tutorial of this game needs to be very quick. Somebody needs 60-second videos on all of the main subjects, and that's just not currently a thing. Get up out of the way. Rotate you that way, perfect. Now, I want to... No, I need to mount you on the bias. And I can't fit you down in the middle, I don't think. Oh, hey, stop that. Alright. What are we doing? Alright, let's get a better view here. I don't think we can fit it down in between these two. Otherwise I might try it. So I think we have to put it behind. We want to split that right down the middle, and we want the thrusters to be as close to this as possible without actually burning it. It's alright. So we can get in between them a little? Oof. That's tight. Can we move them up? No. That's as good as we're going to get. Okay. That's close as we're going to get. Now we have to figure out how we are going to... No tutorial in this video. It starts with the labor of direct. I think it's about making... Need more time for all the videos I want to make. Yep. You are an ambitious individual, for sure. There needs to be a better way to make videos in this game. Okay. Ooh, somebody bloop blooped in. Oh. Okay. I found a graphic designer that's willing to help me with some of the stuff. He actually was on the, he was a Frozen Byte employee that worked with some of the original artwork for the game, so hoping I can get some of the artwork done that actually fits really well in the actual game, so it can be recreated in game via decals and plates and whatnot. So we do that. Let's stick one here, just for giggles. Oh. So give me 1 second while I talk to this guy. Okay, so streaming. He's telling me how hard it's going to be to plate this ship. Oh, he's saying maybe I could show you one of them. I'd love to see it. Oh, he makes replica ships. Any genre in particular? A replica? Alright. Oh, I just put that down. Alright, so we need... I keep trying to rotate these the same way I would rotate them in live game. And it just doesn't work, but I am as thick as they come, and I just cannot make myself stop doing it. Damage has told me 50 times how to do it, and I just can't seem to do it. Nice. I love this game, and the whole point of me streaming is to get it as much attention as possible. So maybe dev can pick back up. All right. I love when people watch my stream, especially if they're somebody that's has been involved in the game. You're not going to put it down? Come on, you were right where you were supposed to be. Put it down. Okay. Yep. Are you all welded? Click it off. Okay. How do we attach our current framing, this conglomeration of framing? Because I can make this framing. Like, I can just put all these beams together without the thrusters and then put the thrusters on. So I'm trying to figure out the beaming at this point so that I can repeat it. And then I can write down what all these beams are and where they go. And then I can repeat it over and over again. That's the idea. But all right, how do I get, so these being on the bias always put a kink in things. That involves a what, a special beam of 45. Will a 45 let me get back to a standard? You use the NVIDIA system and it works. Oh, yeah, I've not played with that much. The problem about this game is I want to see the front of my endo. And I know I can like hold Alt and spin the camera around, but it won't stay. As soon as you let go of Alt, it rotates back to being, you know, third person view. And that just doesn't work for what I want. Like, I want to make short videos of all of the emotes, because I think they're funny. And you really can't... Oh, you're jumping. Oh, I'm in the SSC, and I can see you. That's awesome. Here he comes. Fly faster, Django. What does this is this animation a standard length? Like, does this animation takes, I think it takes like 60 seconds for this animation. Is it just the last 60 seconds of your flight? Or does it go faster or slower based on the distance you're flying? Like, when does this animation show up compared to when you're going to land? I also want to experience being in it. Whenever you get done, Damage, let us know. We'll play it so everybody can see it. And then we'll make a clip of it and stick it on my stream. We'll put it on the highlights page for Farpoint's Twitch page. It goes through about every shade of yellow and red. It changes from yellow to orange to rose, then deep. Right. I've what? But there he is. Does the duration change? The duration of that animation, does it change based on how far he's flying? Like, if he only had a 30-second flight, would it cycle through that gradient faster than if he had a 10-minute flight or an hour-long flight? Yes. So when does the animation start in comparison to when it where along his flight path does it start? Is it always 2 minutes out? It starts as soon as the jump initiative. But I mean, some of those flights are, 3 and 4 hours long. There's not going to be a cloud in the. That animation isn't going to drag out for that long, is it? Hi, Scenario. How are you? Oh, how do I get this? How do I connect these two things? Or do I just kind of... Let's see. Can I put a beam? Let's get some straight beams out here and see what we can do. Beam, beam. How are you today, Scenario? How's the weather in the North Sea? So it does start. So it can take hours for it to transition through those colors, essentially. If you were on Seal and somebody started from animation, that's an hours long flight, right? That's a multi-hour long flight. It's cold in the North Sea. I bet. I bet. So I live in a weird place where we definitely have winter here, but it can snow and rain at the same time here. Like this winter we've had a lot of it where it's raining while simultaneously snowing, while simultaneously being right at at the freezing temperature. So you could go outside and it could be above freezing, and then 10 minutes later everything's frozen, and then a few hours after that everything's thawed again. So, how do I attach? It sounds like Illinois. It's Cleveland. So, they're not far from Illinois. I'm like, how far am I? If we're talking Illinois, like Chicago, I want to say I'm 8 hours from Chicago because I have to cross. It's about 90 minutes to 2 hours across Ohio, and then you cross all of Indiana. So, yep, 8 hours. I was thinking. Yep, there's only a few places in the world that are like that. -2 degrees felt like -15. Yeah, the wind will do that. -2 Celsius? So that's only like 30. Like that's not a bad temperature. -2 is not a bad temperature. Unless it was -2 Fahrenheit. Now that's a bad temperature. What about how do I how do I connect these two things? I think I got an idea. I guess what I would do is just drag this out a little further. Let's drag this out. I guess the distance doesn't matter for the time being. Oh, I keep trying to rotate it. Let's drag this out a little bit. And then we get a 45 in here. See what it takes to... There's not very many sizes of 45s, unfortunately. Let's see. Whoa. So you're stuck with whatever. So I guess we would have to... Your penis froze off. Now that is cold. That's that's even colder than I would like. I don't ever want to be that cold. So maybe we do it on this side where we got more room instead. And work with one of these lower sections. So if we do it like this, and then Control copy, paste, stick another one up here somewhere. Wherever we can. Oh, come on, stick there. I think that might work. If we take this, rotate this bad boy, and move it. That's not lined up. That maybe? That one's too long, but it'll work for this situation. There maybe? Yeah, I'm not really thrilled with the whole idea of my penis getting frozen off. I usually try to avoid that situation at pretty much all costs. But so that's kind of the right height, maybe. We're gonna have to do a little snapping magic here. Something like that. So we're gonna have to do something for distances, but I think that will. I think I'm gonna have to rework this to get another 12. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no. It's, gonna go with a no. But I find Where You Live to be quite intriguing. I think that would be a really cool place to live. Now, is there an easy connection to the mainland from where you live? Are there bridges or causeways that you guys can cross, or do you have to do ferries, like a boat? Or can you drive to mainland Germany? That's gonna be too long. Let's try that one. Move. So that's that's another one of those weird. Too fast. Okay. I asked if I said I find it really interesting where you live. I asked if there is a bridge to mainland Germany, or do you guys have to take a ferry, some sort of a boat? Nope, with a ship. So there's no bridge. Takes 2 hours on a ship. Wow, that takes some devotion. Okay, so that's not going to be as easy. But how about we find one that is easier? Let's change that down to a 36. I find isolated places like that very appealing. You can fly for 200 euros for 5 minutes worth of flying. That's pretty good. Takes longer to get your bags than it does to actually get there. if we just shuffle this down a little further? Let's get this out of the way. I'm not sure I'd want to fly in that kind of weather. I had my pilot's license, was part of one of the requirements for my job, but I never liked flying. If I have a problem on an airplane, I want to ask the flight attendant what's going on. I don't want to be the one that has to solve the issue. But that's just me. Right, so that'll work, except I need to figure out this 12 centimeter gap here. So those are 192s. Yeah, it was part of my college degree. That was just part of the curriculum, was to get my pilot's license. I didn't like it. I get air sick real easy. Hell, I get car sick if I got a crappy driver. My stomach does not like that stuff, which is funny because I used to parachute quite often, and that never bothered me. But something about being in an airplane, and I don't have any problem when I'm flying, like commercially, but when I'm in control, it's a different story. Yeah, this weird fees get you. So that's 96. It's gonna be, what is this gonna be? What is the math on this? Oh, there's so many things I'm just not good at. Life in general. I struggle with just everyday stuff. I have a really weird, kind of rare nerve disease that makes life in general difficult. But I struggle with some of the simplest things for absolutely no reason. Just part of being alive, I suppose. There you go. Did we get the math right? Yeah, we didn't get the aiming right, but we got the math right. Well, hello, DJ. You know what, DJ? I think I have seen your name in this chat a million times. And this is the first time you've ever said anything. I thought for sure you were one of those bots. Thought for sure. There's chat bots. But you're a real person. Well, I don't know about in Germany, but in the United States, it's not that much money. I think you could probably get a private pilot's license for here for, oh man, it's been a long time since I got mine, but I would say he's a real life boy, less than $10,000, which in euros would be even less than that. So I think we're not quite in the right spot yet with this. I don't mind if you listen. So I wish I could show you, but when you're streaming, the chat is always active, even when you're not streaming. Like, your chat is always there. And so from the moment you create a Twitch account and you stream for the first time, there's all these weird chat bots that show up, and they stay there forever. But you don't know and you have no idea who's actually watching versus which is one of these automated bots. So it's like a weird game to try and figure out which was a real person for you to try to engage with, and who are you trying to engage with that's just a piece of software monitoring what you're saying. So, but I thought I had you on the list. I had DJ Hightower on the list of people I thought for sure was a chatbot. You are a professional lurker, that's for sure. But I'm glad you said something. That's great. Welcome. Now, how do I figure out how to... You're not going to snap anywhere useful. So like, if I let go there, nope. I'm having a time watching both of these at the same time. What if I do this? What if I... You're the new Chat GPT version? Come to take over? That whole Chat GPT thing is pretty crazy anymore. Are those touching? Everybody looks good? I can't tell if those are touching or not. If they're touching, they're not real good. It's not where they're gonna snap. So like this one, let's see if we can move this. Come on. Okay, you jumped into my Discord. There you are. Please make a German channel. PowerPoint. Channels. How do I... Okay, I'm not gonna boost. You want a German text channel? Is that what you want? I will make you whatever you want. Scenario. Let's see how we do this. I am what I really need is from German to English friendship. Do fish. You know what? 25% of my viewers are German. Maybe you guys want to chat. Uh, Give me 1 second while I make this scenario channel. It's not a private channel. It's a text channel, and we're going to create it. And the channel is called a German channel because Scenario said so. My testing channel, you guys don't need... Can I hide a channel? Like, you guys don't need to see my testing channel. I test my... I test the... Before I post stuff in the Starbase chat, I post it on here to see what it's going to look like. I appreciate any engagement that anybody wants to give. So if I were smart and I would find somebody that was good at Discord, they would actually make me a good Discord channel. Or they would fix my Discord in general. But I don't have those people in my life. So let's see if we can take this out. And I'm going to try and move it back and see if we can get it to snap somewhere that it wants to snap, where everything is happy. That's as happy as she's gonna be, I'm guessing. What if I move this all as a chunk? Because I think these are all lined up. Let's see if I can move the whole thing. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe the whole thing will snap better. I take all your suggestions. Yeah, Happy's channel is also overwhelming. He has the other problem where he has so many channels that his Discord is confusing. If that makes sense to you. There's just so much going on in his Discord channel that you get lost. Is that everything? Everything. Yeah, he could teach me. I'm a pretty good student. I'm a terrible teacher, but I'm a decent student. Been to school enough times, I should be a decent student. Or off center. So that seems off center. Damn, origin inventory is full again. You know what, what's his face told me the other day? Dirty Human told me the other day that the ISAN stations, I think is what he said. If you go out to the ISAN stations, they all have their own inventory too. Pretty sure that's what he said. Dirty, are you still in here? They are full with stuff for later. Oh, I just can't imagine having that much stuff. I shouldn't say that. I have a wife and 3 daughters. I understand having a lot of stuff. Um, like I really, really get it. But in video games, I just throw everything away. If I don't use it quickly, it just goes away. So this is going to be the hardest part, is figuring out how to snap these. You have 10 2080 crates. Oh my gosh. It's not that I don't understand stuff about Discord. It's I'm not good at the organizing and the moderating of Discord, setting up, knowing what to set up. Like I know there's a lot of bots you can put in that keeps your Discord channel more organized and better flowing, and it's just not something um, I'm familiar enough with to do well. Um, like when I look at Happy Trigger's Discord, it's overwhelming the amount of stuff he has in there. And then I look at mine, doesn't have anything, and I know it should be much better managed if I'm going to try and do this consistently. So it's just another subject I have to learn, along with all of the other things in my life. Let's see. So that's going to be the only hard part when I try to do this on the ship. And so that goes there. But I have to do it on the bottom too, so yeah, it's not Discord is not so much about not understanding, it's more about just not knowing what to do it well. So if I try and I'm learning German. Huh. I am still learning English, actually. Um, I would love to learn another language. My brain does not understand. Um, it's not wired to do that. I don't understand a lot of the concepts that go along with other languages. Uh, there's so much stuff in non-English languages like gendered gendered words, and that's a big one. Gendered words and tenses of words that we don't have in English. I've learned some French and some Spanish and some Greek. I've never learned German at all. Um, but I can't understand the how the language works. It's just not something my brain is good at getting a hold of. I'm good at tangible things, but any of that sort of stuff, like languages or spatial orientation or um, any of the arts, just not my thing. I'm quite technical for most things. Oh, come over here. Can we get any of this to go together? Oh, stop that. Okay, that looks fairly close. I would love to learn German though. I would have to, if I was going to learn another language, it would have to be through practice and not from textbooks. Um, the explanations of languages in textbooks don't make sense to me. If you can understand that, I would probably pick it up if I lived in Germany or around someone that was German. I was able to pick up quite a bit of Chinese when my wife and I lived with a friend of ours who was married to a Chinese lady. We learned quite a bit of Chinese just in daily use, but I'm not sure I could learn it in a classroom. I'd be willing to try though. One thing I'm not afraid of is failing. What you got to do is you got to teach me some German phrases that I can use. No, not my wife, but a buddy of mine. We lived with some friends for a while, and his wife was Chinese, and so we learned quite a bit of Chinese just in interacting with her. What are you? What is your malfunction, thrusters? Just move slightly to the left. You're not hitting anything. Oh, I know what the problem is. I probably didn't grab the internals of that. And I was trying to move the thruster body without the internals. That might have been it. Failing. Yeah, high school was a long time ago. Yeah, I wasn't a very good student, but high school was different. I just didn't go to high school. Just I just didn't go. I wish I would have. Your niece is Chinese and my brother lives in China. Yeah. Yep, we lived with a friend of mine has a Chinese wife and we lived together for a year or so. So I got to pick up on a lot of Chinese. And I was okay learning it that way because it was always things that I could use, but learning how to conjugate verbs and just memorizing wasn't my is not how I can learn. All right, so that side's not going to work. Are we gonna have to do something similar on the opposite side? Or can we... Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to... Yeah, very, very long time ago. I mean, I have kids that are almost out of high school. So high school was a very long time ago. So that one's connected there. What do we do to connect this one down here? Can we just come straight up and across? Would that be too easy? That would be too easy. If we just kind of did that. My last day at school was 1993. High school? Mine was 97. So you're 4 years older than I am. See, this is a pretty good crowd. We're all kind of the same age within a few years of each other. Bunch of old guys still playing video games. Let's put a 96 across here and probably just deal with it. Old guys playing Starbase. I'm good with it. You can't beat 80s music. Ooh, give me 90s music. 80s is pretty rough. I mean, there's good stuff out of the 80s, don't get me wrong. But 90s are more my thing. 80s, I was a bit young. Okay, so... And then this just has to be moved over so it touches here. Then weld all that together. I don't know if that's enough. Well, durability tool, doesn't it show me? Don't we have a durability tool in here? Vulnerable parts. Well, of course, weld everything. So, oh, it doesn't, these aren't lined up. That's probably part of it. Yeah, I was in high school in the 90s, so that's really where my music tastes are. By 2000 I was married, so I was, well, 2001 I was married. Let's see if that snaps there. That looks centered. Am I burning anything? Nope. Not burn it. We drink whiskey, smoke cigars, and things that do not go in game. Amen. Oh yeah, no, I've been married almost 25 years. 20. I just had my anniversary, so 22. Thanks. Yeah, I was married at 21. It just does not want to snap in there. I guess I could just... I'm pissing around in this more than I should. 'Cause I think I could force that to work in the game with snapping being better. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's see, does the snapping tool, is it going to give me what I want? Green. No. It's not going to give me what I want. Because it only gives me like on the centers and on the edges. Let's see here. And there maybe. And now you go here. I always forget about this tool. Too much. Thanks. Oh no, I don't think my wife's going anywhere. We're in deep now. So I have 3 daughters that take up all of our time, so we're stuck for a while. You'll always hear me complain about soccer practice. 2 of my daughters play soccer on multiple soccer teams, and I love soccer, so no complaints here. Oh yeah, there's not another male thing in this house. We have 3 cats and a dog, and they're all females. I'm outnumbered every which way. All right, now I know that looks like a mess, but I don't know any frame change or just durability. How do I figure out durability? There's a durability tool or something, isn't there? I don't mess with this. Durability. How does this tool work? The wrench. All right. Yeah, but what is this wrench telling me? It's telling me that it does not like something in here. Let's turn off the thrusters. Red is bad. But it doesn't say why red is bad. In the real game, red is bad, but it tells you why red is bad. I have a tool. Yes, I have a tool. I don't know how to use it. So like all this stuff looks red, but I don't know why. Clicking on stuff. Welded. Let's see. Weld beams apply to all. Everything appears to be welded. Vulnerable tarps are turned on. Bolts, snap points, material. See, unwelded beams. Oh, and I keep clicking stuff. I wouldn't have guessed that these would have been red. There's nothing weird going on here. There's no shenanigans. That's just beams welded together. I think this is red because it probably didn't auto bolt that thing. That would be my guess there. Or not. I don't know what the different clicks are. I click so fast, I don't know what I'm clicking. I'm, those are clicks of ignorance. Right click shows the stress points. So there's all colored is bolted to beam. All gray is not bolted. Okay. So let's see. Let's put some bolts. Like I knew these weren't bolted. I assumed I would have to do some more bolting. Oops, somebody just badooped me on. Okay, you guys. See, I just bolted those. Now they're not good. Click that. Auto bolt. Well, now that's green. Everything else is red. I find that weird. Oh, they might. I mean, I took them as. Well, here, let's. This isn't for durability, so let's just bolt everything. I don't, it's weird to me that what's actually red. Don't mark everything and try again. Unmark all. Okay, so we'll deselect everything. Is that what you're saying? Like this? Turn everything off? Probably. But I wasn't actually trying to build anything, so I didn't worry about bolting everything. I was just worried about things not being stuck together, but I think we're okay. Well, I think the problem has to do with now make durability, but not with the tool. I don't know how to do it without the tool. Like all I know to do is to click over there with the tool. What other method of showing durability do you got? Go away from the thing. Okay. Upper list, not in the toolbar. Everything off, vulnerable on. Everything off, vulnerable on. Okay, that's all that's turned on is vulnerable. Five, five. Gotcha? You messed up anything? I'm sure I messed up all sorts of things. I'm not too worried about it, actually. It was just a... This was just supposed to see if it was possible for me to make an interesting thruster arrangement on the back of that ship. And this is kind of what I'm going to do. And I know I can do it with beams, with this beam setup. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. I know I can, if I strip all these thrusters off, it'll leave just the beams behind, and I can make a list of what I need. So that I can, I think I can put beams up next to these now that I've moved them a little further apart too. I think I can put some beams up on either side, that way I can get better If I put beams on either side, it gives me better bolting points. The one in the middle is no big deal. Okay. It's been 3.5 hours. I'm gonna, let me save this. File, save as, care, package, thruster, concept. Close enough. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I think if I just once I can build this frame in game, in live, once I build this framing setup live, which I will need a way to connect this little bit here, which shouldn't be too hard. I just need to make sure it's all one big frame section that I can build and repeat. And then I can stack them next to each other on the ship. I think they'll look nice. And you were talking about before how they're not going to be terribly efficient because of these two angled ones, but if I have enough that are actually straight, I think that'll look nice just for some interest in the thruster trail, and it's not just a flat wall of thrusters. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. And but for right now, I think we're going to call it. I saved that, right? Save. Exit. Perfect. Where did I go? So we are going to, oh, don't fall. Flashlight. We're just going to look at my logo as I log out. Okay. I just want to thank you guys for everything. Thanks for stopping in once again. I will be back tomorrow at the normal time. I'm not sure about this evening. I haven't been doing stuff in the evening. But I want to try to get back to doing that in the evening, give you guys something to watch during the day. But thanks for stopping in. Thanks for helping with everything. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take it easy.